This problem will demonstrate some of the concepts in section 6.4, and we'll use StatCrunch. So the question is, when women were finally allowed to become pilots of fighter jets, engineers needed to redesign the ejection seats because they had been originally designed for men only. The ACES-2 ejection seats were designed for men weighing between 140 pounds and 211 pounds. Weights of women are now normally distributed with a mean of 171 and a standard deviation of 46 pounds. Part A, if one woman is randomly selected, find the probability that her weight is between 140 and 211 pounds. So we're going to use StatCrunch. We're going to use the normal calculator. And remember how we get to StatCrunch. On the Pearson MyLabs toolbar on the left side, we click on StatCrunch. And then we click on StatCrunch website. And from the website, we click on Open StatCrunch. And we go to Stat, Calculator, Normal, and I'm going to go ahead and try to put this side by side with the problem so we can see everything at one time. So here's my tool, and I'm going to put in the mean for the women, which is, pull this over for a second, it was 171 and 46. So the mean is 171, and the standard deviation was 46. And we actually want to do a between on this problem. And we want to know what's the probability that the women weigh between 140, it's actually the men's range the seat was designed to fit, and 211, and compute. So the probability that one woman will fall between 140 pounds and 211 pounds is 0.5575. Now the second part of the question asks us, if we take 25 women and select them randomly, find the probability their mean weight is within that interval. So in order to do the second part, remember I've got to adjust my standard deviation. So I need to find the standard deviation for the mean, which means take the standard deviation of the normal distribution, in this case 46, and divide by the square root of the sample size, which is 25. And when I do that calculation, my standard deviation for the mean now becomes 9.2. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that in here in place of 46. And compute. So now the probability that the mean weight for a group of 25 women will fall within the range of 140 to 211 is pretty close to 1.9996. Now part C on this question is the thinking question portion. When redesigning the fighter jet ejection seats to better accommodate women, which probability is more relevant? The one from part A or the one from part B, and why? So when we're talking about the seats, we're talking about a single woman. So we actually want to use the probability from part A because only one woman goes into the seat at a time, not the mean of the women. So you would want to consider the probability in part A and possibly change that range a little bit because remember we only had, let's go back to our tool for a second, and the standard deviation was originally 46. So when there's a single woman, the probability that that woman's weight would be between those two was about 5575. So we may want to expand that range a little bit, maybe pull it down on the lower side to accommodate more women, because we're getting slightly more than half of the women, but there's about 45% of the women that are not being accommodated within that range.